Good morning, everyone. Steve Georgie here. It is Monday the 13th. Grain markets relatively quiet. Corn down just a touch, down about a penny. You had beans down a little bit to unchanged. The wheat market finding a little bit of strength as we're getting some colder weather through the plains. Areas of the west looking at potentially snow at some point this week. That could be what we need to be watching now that all these numbers are out of the way. Right? So we've got all these reports out of the way. What are we now looking at as far as weather? Is it too hot? Is it too cold? Is it too dry? Is it too what? What kind of conditions do we look at here as we get the crop in the ground? And that will be important here as we go through really the next 3 to 4 weeks to really kind of find out what kind of conditions we're looking at. So the weather models are going to be extremely important as we start moving forward. A lot of these other numbers, we know 97 million acres of corn. We've heard numbers closer to 2.1 billion carry out for corn. And so now this is all kind of set aside. Now we're looking at what kind of conditions we have, what's realistic here this year, and we're now starting to get into that. Energy markets, rather quiet actually, up a little bit, but we did have OPEC, Russia, US, go ahead, cut production as far as oil. That got the markets excited, but I didn't see a lot of excitement to really carry through and really kind of hold this excitement yet. We'll need to see what happens once we get the day session going. But right now they did make these cuts, and we'll see what kind of impact that has on the markets. And do we start grinding a little bit higher? And if we do, at what fashion do we see it? So we'll see, but we know there's still issues out there. We've got everyone's still staying at home. We're not moving yet, so consumption certainly quite a bit lower as well at this time. But we'll see what that does here today too, but there was an agreement. We are looking to see a production cut, and we'll see what the markets do here as we get through today. Looking at some of the other markets, cattle, livestock, with hogs, things are called lower here this morning right off the start. We'll see what happens with that too as it goes, but look for a lower start to the livestock markets this morning as well. Very, very choppy trade, and I expect to see that continue as we go on through this week as well. But guys, have a great day out there. Hope everything's going well. Stay safe, and we'll chat again with you soon. Take care.
Allendale Market Talk Podcast, a fresh take in the podcast world, giving you insight from a trader's perspective, allowing you to have access from your planter, combine, or anything in between. Subscribe to Allendale Market Talk Podcast today.